there, Ben. Thanks for stopping by again. This is your video lesson. Let's see here. One topic I want to talk about. I'll talk about that topic. And as usual, if you have questions or want to look at anything, feel free to send them over my way, and I'll be more than happy to answer. So let's get to it. So what I was just doing there a second ago was I was doing a jam in D flat major, which is the same key that Peachy Fuzz is in by Camp. What I'm going to do today is talk about some of the more interesting solo lines that they do in that solo that you wanted to learn. And what I'll do is first I'll show you the licks, and then how you can use them to relate those to Caged, and then that way you can use it for other things that you want to do on the guitar, like other solos, or putting it into other keys. And then also taking what we talked about a few weeks ago with the that E form arpeggio, E6 arpeggio, that this guy right here, that we connected to this right here in that other Camp song, and how you can use that to jam in this song. Right? So first thing is that this song is in the key of D flat major. It might be easier just to tune the guitar down to E flat tuning and just play with where all the dots are. That might be easier to think about, but I'll just do it in D flat, and if we decide next week that's what we want to do, we'll just do that. What I highly recommend first doing though, and maybe you've already done this step, is going through and learning all the chord changes for the solo. So I'll be able to play all the rhythm changes. That you might help too much on, other than just taking some of the other the Cage chord shapes that you might not be as used to, and doing it that way. So like, playing D flat like this. And then what I would do is, can I play D flat chords all over the neck using Caged? So I would just go, okay, well, I'll start with C form, C, then A form, and then G form, then E form, and then D form. I would just do that up and down the neck till I can see them all interconnected, because this solo is very much in that vein of Caged. Like I said, whether they know it or not, it's just like stuff they picked up over the years, and the people they picked it up from use the same concept as Cage. Not everyone uses, when you come across a theory point or a fretboard theory point, the person might not necessarily know what that is, but we can look at it that way we can use it for other situations, right? So the first lick that you have in here, like I picked 3 licks in here I think that kind of stand out as being useful. There's more than that we can definitely learn, but these are the ones I would start with. So the first lick you have is this. That guy right there, and that's this first one I tapped down point, like you can see on the paper here. I'm going to slide up to that 10th fret, and then grab 9 on the 2nd string, hammer the 9 to 11, 9, 8, and if you look, there she is, E form, and that whole solo lick revolves around that E box. So you have the chord, the D flat major chord, the scale that goes with that chord, right? So that's the box, that box 2, which we're now calling E box. And I've written that out right here in your handout. That's the box right here that we're in. The E box goes with this shape. They are brothers. They hand in hand. Usually husband and wife, like, I don't know. But they are hand in hand. This scale shape right here always goes with that chord, no matter what key I'm in. So if I'm doing like something like this, G, I want to burn that into my brain. The better you can do that, and the faster that you can do that, all over the neck, the faster it will be to learn these songs and then quickly assimilate them to other soloing situations. So I have that E chord, right? And this solo lick is just based around that. So notice right there I landed on that note. That is the middle finger of the E form. So he slides into it. There's that middle finger off that chord right there. And then what I would challenge you to do is take that, and I think the last Camp song was in the key of A, with this right here. Can you play that lick? I forget the context of it. I can't remember that song off the top of my head. You'll have to do it. But when you're doing all those like little, it was something like that. I think it was something like that. But you can do that and then take this lick and put it in that song. Like if you're jamming with people and there's, it was something like that. It was like Rudolph Franklin's Tower, the Dead tune. But you can take that lick Then do it with a backing track in D flat. You can send this to you if you want. It's jazz. See, I'm chopping it into pieces. More about that later on when we can talk about rhythmic diminution, or we can talk about melodic diminution as a concept of taking these licks and breaking them into smaller chunks for. See, I just took that first little line out there and just repeated it. Where I can do the back half of the lick. So out of that one lick, I got two things. Three things. All based off that chord shape right there. You associate that lick with this chord, and you go down here, and take all that stuff you learned up here and move it down here. I can do it here. Right? I can do it up here. Start associating it with that chord, dude, you can take it all over the neck. You get a lot of mileage out of that one, a lot of mileage. Next thing for the same thing goes for the next lick in here. They have a, I think something like that. I have to listen to, I'm not gonna listen to the actual the song because it'll get flagged. One, two, three, four, five, six, hammer. Look at that. It's the top part of the E form chord. It's called double stop. He hammers on this. That's this note right here in that box. He's hammering here the 9 to the 11 inside this box right here. So knowing that, first thing I'll do is I'll learn that lick. Right? And then I'll take that and can I move it to the other camp song? Oh, whatever it is, like right? Tons of fun, right? Then you have the final lick that we're going to talk about today because it's about time's up. That lick right there. Now this right here, I'll go, okay, I got my minor pentatonic. This is based off of this box right here, box 1 or G box. So I go, okay, in the key of D flat, I go to my trusty circle of fifths over here. I go, okay, the key of D flat. You can see right here, you have this handout. So I go D flat, okay. I trace that up, I go, oh, B flat minor is the relative minor of D flat major. I go, okay, well, B flat major is this guy right here. Hey, look at that. The 6/8, 6/8, 6/8 stuff, that's D flat major. It's in that box right there. So if I know that, first thing's the lick, 6, hammer 8, 6, 8, 6, 8, 6. It's all tabbed out for you right here. It's quick. We could talk about this next week if you went in person. We can talk all about hammer-on technique or legato technique. That's what that's called. Oh, okay. It's based off of this shape right here. It's based off of that box 1. Old faithful minor pentatonic box that I knew before seeing Doug. Oh, wait 1 second. I was playing that camp song. Oh, the other camp song is in the key of A. Well, A is relative minor A. Oh, F sharp minor. Oh, there she is. can learn it in this situation and then know what box it goes with, you know what cage chord it goes with, and then I can use it for other stuff. So rather than just learning for one situation, like, hey, I couldn't learn that solo, right? You learn your favorite camp licks. And like I have folders full of like, this band, here's like the 10 licks that their guitar player does all the time. And what we'll do is we'll just make a list. These are 3 right here, so I would write these down, add these to your arsenal, get them so good you can just play them from memory, know what box they go with, and then you're starting to build solo lines. And then you can combine it with what we did the last time with this. You do, oh, D flat major. Right? Cool, man. That's what we have time for today right there. Like I said, learn these 3 licks, know what boxes they're going with, be able to play the chords, and then you take and move to the other key of the other camp song, and then take those licks and kind of like lump them all together. And then now you're starting to play in the style of camp. And you'll get 10 licks in their style to a lot of mileage out of it, because we can chop them up, we can combine, think of them as like Lego pieces, and we can mix and match them. And then we can take those Lego pieces, those little Lego bricks, and chop them even smaller pieces and get even more mileage out of them. So learn that for me, and if there's no questions, I will see you. Have a great Labor Day, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.